Colonel, why am I in the battlefield? I never thought that the war can bloom on the battlefield, especially in a Battlefield 5. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler, and what we're gonna try and do here before I start officially tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, to do comparisons across all of these platforms, including Xbox One S and Xbox One X. Yes, I heard you guys. You wanna see how Xbox One S handles the Red Dead Redemption 2. We'll do that pretty soon as well. But my main priority is going to be Battlefield 5 because this is a big game. You know, a lot of people are going to be playing this for Thanksgiving, for holidays, because of the multiplayer. It's not so much because of the single player, because of the multiplayer. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, the PC obviously is the best choice because Battlefield has always been a PC first choice. It's never been a console first choice. This is a fact. This is not something that I invented. It's just the way it is. It slowly moved its way into a console with, you know, Battlefield. Was it Battlefield 2 or Battlefield 3? It really, on Battlefield 3, that's where it really kind of sneaked into the console and made it, to it. But even on the Battlefield 3, still, people were playing it on a PC. Alright, majority were playing on a PC. Now, I'm not a PC elitist fanboy. You guys know I'm not a fanboy. I'm just letting you know the facts. Okay, that's just the way it is. Did I play this on a console? Yes, it didn't bother me. I played it on a console. Which is better? Of course, PC with the mouse and keyboard. You're more accurate. The graphics are better. It runs smoother depending on what type of hardware you have. Now, I do have a Alienware Aurora. I do have a 8th gen Core i7 processor. I'm just too lazy to look and see. I'm being honest. I'm just too lazy to look and see, to give you all these geek specs. Believe me, it's a $2,800 computer. It's not a cheap computer. It is pretty beastie, all right? There's a lot of stuff in there. I can run SLI if I want to. What people don't understand about this Alienware, it's not just that I have 1080 in there. I have already open SLI spot. They even gave me the SLI bridge to connect it. It's there. It's actually in there. I can put that SLI bridge in there. It sits on the side. I just have to pull it out, put it next to the identical card. I'm sure everybody knows what the SLI bridge is, right? I know you guys know. Don't trigger. Look, people are gonna get triggered just by hearing my voice anyway. I don't really care. Let them stay triggered. But this computer has SLI built in. I mean, already SLI spot in there, so I can put two 1080s in there. I can put two 1080 Ti's in there. I have 64 gigabyte open memory spot, meaning I can run 64 gigs of memory. So I can run SLI with 64 gigs of memory on top of the 8th generation i7 processor. So it's not a mediocre PC. It's definitely something I can upgrade. Okay, so I can do a lot of different things with this PC. I can also put the thermal cooling if I want to. I have that option. So, okay, but the fan is one issue that I don't like. You can hear it right now. Listen to it. Listen. Can you hear that fan? That fan, it's running like crazy. That's not good. I'm going to have to change that fan. I'll have to put some thermal liquid cooling or something. I have to look and see. I have to go to, what's his name? JZ 2 Cents. I'm going to try to contact JZ 2 Cents. I'm going to ask him, like, what type of thermal cooling should I go with? And then wait for him to reply and let me know. I'll tell him what I have. And then I'll go to, Newegg. I usually go to Newegg, and then I'm sure they'll have some, Cyber Monday Black Friday, some type of deals, whatever, and then get the thermal cooling. Anyway, let's continue with this. I'm sorry. Apologize. The whole point of this video is going to be DirectX 12. Let's go to the options, and let's go to the video. Yes, this is being run in 3840 by 2160, but I am downscale. Excuse me, I'm downscaling it to 1440p because if I do this in native 4K, it will be a gigantic file, and I just don't have, you know, I can't do this video short 5 minutes, 7 minutes, unless I was doing some kind of a technical demo. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you what I got here. I have DirectX 12 enabled. I have high dynamic range enabled. I have frame rate limiter to 200. And HDR, obviously, it's turned on. I always tell people when you use HDR, you guys can see it here, leave it at 1000. Leave it in the middle. Because you don't want to overbright your white bright levels, okay? And everything's set to ultra here. As you can see, I'm running this entire game on ultra with DirectX 12. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back. We're gonna do a we'll do war stories, and under no flag in North Africa. This is a good one. We'll click on it and we're gonna play it. We'll skip through this this intro demo because I don't want you guys to listen, you know, watch this. Because you want to jump into, you guys want me to jump into the good stuff. You want to see how the game runs and all that. But yeah, this fan, listen to this fan. It's just running like crazy, man. This is just annoying. I'll have to get the liquid cooling, man. But I don't know. I need some advices, guys. I need you guys to give me some advice on liquid cooling. You know, this is why I want to ask Jay-Z 2 cents, like, what type of liquid cooling and how I should refill it. I heard you have sometimes after a certain period of time you have to refill that liquid cooling. So I'll need some key pointers, some advice on that, because I'm not familiar with liquid cooling, and I will need some help with that. And I'll need you guys to like give me an advice on what type of liquid cooling. I mean, I do have a PC, but I'm not like a hardcore PC guy, you know. So any advice on that would be kind of appreciated. This is the beginning of the game, and it's in Great Britain. People ask me, do you play American soldier in this game? I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly, if you do or not. And it looks really nice. Looks really good. Now here's the thing, you know, if you're going to be playing this in native, listen guys, this is native 4K with the ultra settings, DirectX 12, and HDR. People got to remember, for a game like this, that's, don't expect 60 FPS. If I had an SLI, if I had an extra 1080 in there, I could be able to maybe hit that 60 FPS. But here I am running a 1080, 32 gigs of RAM, 8th gen i7 processor, and still I'm only able to hit 42 frames per second with ultra settings to the maximum, and native 4K and HDR. You guys gonna remember, if I'm having a hard time doing this with 1080 and 32 gigs of RAM and 8th gen i7 processor, then you can expect, you know, your Xbox One X to be doing native 4K with the ultra settings on the game like this. Okay, that's why they're using dynamic resolution to achieve what they need to achieve. But hey, you know, 43 frames per second, you know, I'm still okay with that. But I'm not gonna obviously play on a multiplayer like this. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, use native 4K to play this game multiplayer. What I'm gonna be doing is I'll be using a 1440p on the multiplayer, and I'm gonna run everything at high settings, high to medium 1440p for the multiplayer. You know, I'm just doing this as a demo so that way you guys can see how beautiful this game looks on DirectX 12. It definitely does look great. Look at the birds over there and everything. The textures are like really great. Now, you guys can also ask, oh, how does this compare to the Xbox One X version? You know, even though Xbox One X is dynamic resolution, I can tell you that the Xbox One X is using high textures. When I'm looking at these ultra settings, and when I'm also looking at the Xbox One X, I can tell you that the Xbox One X is using high settings, high textures, I'm sorry, with dynamic resolution. And that's pretty impressive. Okay. What's really impressive about the Xbox One X, and this is what people don't seem to understand about my opinion, is it's a $500 console. And what they're able to achieve with that $500 console, not to mention the fact that it has a 4K built into it player, that's a pretty damn good price, man. Considering when you look at the PC, how expensive the PC is, how expensive the graphics cards are, the memory RAM and all that stuff, the monitors, when you consider the fact the maintenance you have to put into that PC, and when you compare that to a console that's $500, and now this Black Friday you can buy it for $400, that's a pretty good deal, man. Where did this guy go? Oh, there he is. So, and people say, well, why don't you talk about PlayStation 4 Pro? I mean, what is there to say about PlayStation 4 Pro, guys? You know, it was released in 2016. Okay, it was way before, a year before Xbox One X. They didn't put enough horsepower for it to handle what it needs to handle to reach native 4K, but they never intended to do a native 4K. They wanted to use a different approach. Mark Cerny wanted to use a different approach. He wanted to use a checkerboarding rendering. He wanted to use dynamic resolution. Okay, they wanted to use a different method to achieve what they wanted to achieve at the reasonable cost. And that's why the console was $400 and not $500. But their main focus was the main focus of Sony has always been their AAA first-party games. The main focus of the Xbox One X was, hey, do you guys want to play all your third-party games in a really, really good graphical enhancements and resolution? And that's exactly what it did. It brought you all of your third-party games at the very good graphical fidelity and resolution that the console can achieve at the moment. So, you know what I mean? Oh, listen to this fan. Oh my God, that's just ridiculous. But that's because I'm using everything at ultra settings, DirectX 12. Does it look beautiful? Yes. It looks even more beautiful in HDR on this monitor. But again, you can even see the raindrops hitting and everything. But then again, the question is this. Are you going to be are you going to be able to stop and look and check all of this? No, because you're going to be busy, dude. You're going to be busy trying to compete. You're going to be busy trying to score points. So 1440p, medium to high settings. Remember, it's all about performance here. It's not about the graphics. But yes, you do have the options if you have a powerful PC to enjoy that ray tracing. Now, in terms of ray tracing, I heard all kinds of different horror stories about the ray tracing with the RTX. Like people are having a difficult time trying to get the ray tracing to work properly. And it will take time, guys. It will take time till the ray tracing is being properly adjusted and being properly utilized, because the ray tracing right now, it's not where it needs to be. So it will take time for it to adjust properly. Okay, so I wouldn't really right now. I wouldn't run out. Actually, I know I said maybe you should go and purchase the RTX card for this game. I mean, if you have the money, you know, if it's not an issue, then go ahead and do it. But you know, I would still wait. I would still wait with the RTX till next year. I think next year, spring, summer, would be the ideal time to purchase it. That's what I would do. That would be my choice. I wouldn't run out and buy it now. Honestly, I wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, man, it's draining this PC, man. It's just this fan is just running like crazy. You know, someone was complaining to me, like, how come there's no American troops here? Like, where's the American? It's World War II. Why they're focused on the British? I don't know. You gotta ask EA. You know, why they're focused on the British. Where's the American ones? You know. But I'm sure we'll see them. I'm sure we'll see them in the game. I don't know why that is, and why they're sticking with the British, and you gotta talk to developers about that. You know. That's way beyond my pay grade. I cannot tell you why. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Look, okay, so I'm playing a British forces. That's fine, dude. That's cool. They were our allies. You know, it's the same thing. I mean, I know Call of Duty World War II was mainly focused on the American forces during the D-Day. Here, it's a different approach. Maybe DICE was trying to be different. Maybe that's what they were trying to do. Take a different approach. But I'm pretty sure we'll see the American forces throughout the game. This is just the beginning of the game. So 43 frames per second is what I'm getting here. And I mean, it looks great. It looks great with DirectX 12 and all the ultra. Look, you can see the rain hitting right here on the propeller. Right here, you can see it. It's done really good, and it looks really good. But then again, are you gonna have time to be, sightseeing? No, you're gonna be too busy trying to survive and score the points in this game. You're not gonna have time to be messing around. People ask me, does 43 frames per second bothers me here? Well, this is single player. I mean, I can still play it, but in the multiplayer, obviously, I'm gonna bring it down to 1440p, medium to high settings, 1440p. I'm not gonna be playing this in, 4K. Trust me, no one's gonna be playing a multiplayer in 4K. Everyone's gonna be playing at 1440p with high to medium settings or whatever, because people care about performance. But look at the shadows here. Look how beautiful the shadows look here. Dynamic shadows and the light, volumetric light. Looks beautiful. Now the real-time ray tracing, advanced ray tracing, that's part of the RTX, and I mean, if I'm having a hard time right now reaching 43 frames per second, even with this volumetric light and dynamic shadow, imagine just how difficult it's going to be for your computer to process that real-time ray tracing on your weapons, on your objects and stuff like that. Just imagine how difficult that's going to be. So that's why I keep telling people, right now it's not the best thing to do. Right now is to wait. When it comes to the RTX, when it comes to ray tracing, the best thing to do is wait. This is why I'm going to wait next year, spring, summer, to see where it goes. I'm sure by spring, summer, the Battlefield 5 will look much better in terms of RTX ray tracing. They'll be able to, fix it up, patch it up a little bit better, because they'll have more time to address some of the issues and problems. But right now, I would just wait. The best thing would be to wait, in my opinion. Now, if the money's not an issue, I always tell people, like, if money's not an issue and you don't care, whatever, then you're not gonna care. You're just gonna buy whatever you want to buy. Money's not an issue. But for majority, money is the issue. So I would say wait. I mean, the game looks beautiful. What else can I say? I mean, it does look beautiful. The reflection, even the reflection right here, you can see it just looks much better when you're moving. But this reflection on the ray tracing is going to be more realistic, But you want that ray tracing to be smooth. If you have that ray tracing on and it's not smooth, then it beats the purpose of when there's an explosion, when there's a fire and all that. So it defeats the purpose of that. So you want to have that smooth ray tracing, the real-time ray tracing. That's what you want. But right now, I heard some horror stories that people are having problems with it and whatnot. So maybe right now, it's not the best time to go ahead and cash out. And it's still expensive. It's $700, man. All right, that's 2080, right? 2080, it's 700 or 800. It's a lot of money, man, for a graphics card. Okay. I think if you buy 2080, just a plain 2080, it's 800, I think. All right, so I'm gonna end this video because it's too much of gigabytes eating here. This is DirectX 12. Like I said, if I'm getting a 4K resolution here with 43 frames per second, ultra settings, DirectX 12, then you shouldn't be expecting something higher than this. Would I be? Can I play like this? Yes, I can play like this. Would I play like this on the multiplayer? No. On the multiplayer, I want to drop down to 1440p. I already told you that. I want to play it on 1440p medium to high settings because I want that super performance. But yeah, the game looks beautiful. It is beautiful. And the PC version obviously is the way to go, as it should be. The mouse and keyboard is just more accurate. You can just accurately, shoot and aim much better, than opposingly to controller. Controller is never going to be as accurate as the mouse and keyboard. Okay, that's just something that you guys will have to consider, especially for Battlefield. For Battlefield, you gotta have mouse and keyboard. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Tomorrow I'm going to do all those comparisons and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.